Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Hope you're well, hope you're enjoying your Sunday morning. I'm going to say it's still morning. Might be early afternoon, don't hold me to that. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a bit wet and miserable outside, so if you're kicking back, maybe watching some F1 today, maybe just sort of scrolling through social media, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. We're talking a little bit about today around Giovanni Lo Celso, a potential move for Giovanni Lo Celso. We'll also be talking a little bit about a Harry Kane supposed bid coming in from Bayern Munich as to how close is it to getting done, basically, and just kind of giving you a bit of a backstory and also sort of giving you a projection of what's to come in this coming week. Obviously, we expect that meeting to come in this week with the Bayern Munich chiefs as well as Daniel Levy. But anyway, guys, let's jump in. Giovanni Lo Celso first. So this came in yesterday, and I was kind of sent it whilst I was out having a few drinks with some friends, and it said that Real Sociedad could make a move for Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso after David Silva was forced to retire yesterday. So if you're not aware, David Silva, I believe it was ruptured his ACL. And I think because obviously David Silva's into his mid to late 30s now, he just thought, it's a lot of rehab, there's a lot of work to go into it. It's going to take me all year to do it. And I think he just sort of thought, I'm kind of done anyway. Now, bear in mind, I've done that injury myself. It's a horrific injury. It's a horrible injury. And yes, the recovery time might be like nine months to a year. You never really recovered for a long way to go. Look at Luke Shaw. It took him a long time, Luke Shaw, to get past his injuries. It can take a long time. So moving on, it says Lo Celso is without a doubt the most similar player to Silva on the market. Not saying he's the most similar in terms of world football. It's just the market, okay? I think you'd look at maybe Bernardo Silva probably being more so the more appropriate one. And it says that Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou may have stated he wants Argentine as part of his squad this season, but the reality is that Tottenham, quote, would not close the door if they received a good offer for the Argentine. So that came from Diario AS, a very big publication. I think it's got over 3 million followers on Twitter, so well in the know. I talked weeks ago about Lo Celso, and I said this is before I kind of watched him play in pre-season and saw him in training and things like that. And I said he, of the players that we would sell, probably has the biggest market. He's had good loan deals away at Villarreal. He's had good loan deals away in Spain as a whole. He obviously played with Emery as well, so Villa was interested in this summer in him as well. But I think because they've got Tielemans, I think that maybe they kind of go, well, maybe we won't go Lo Celso because we've got Tielemans. We knew that Betis have wanted him. We know, so you got Villarreal, Betis. You had Villa. Now you have obviously Sociedad in that list as well. It's one of those things alongside the Davinson Sanchez. Davinson Sanchez has a bit of a market. Is you have teams who bid against one another. It just drives up the price. And yeah, maybe you might hold on to a player for an extra couple of weeks to get an extra couple of million, and it will be worth the time. But also at the same time as that, you might have a player that actually turns around and surprises you. And I think Postecoglou has kind of seen something in Lo Celso. I've been pleasantly surprised by Lo Celso. Definitely shows a attitude of wanting to be at Spurs. I think past years hasn't always been like the same as that. I think it's different now being brought into a team, that's going to play attacking football and within a system that suits your style of play as well. Which I think, as a player, if you see that's so heartwarming. You're willing to run that extra yard. You're willing to get involved into a 50-50 more so than you would normally. It still doesn't mean he would stay though, and he's surprised a lot of Spurs fans. Fair enough. But also at the same time, he's done that. He's probably driven up his own market value just a little bit, which that's a beautiful thing. We have a player who he's a good player. I don't think anyone can deny he's not a good player. Sometimes people have questioned his attitude, his desire to play for Spurs, but no one can deny he's a good player. What would be interesting is how much money we would actually, in theory, if we were to sell, how much we would get. And I think you'd sit there and say about 20 million because of just purely because of the fact that so many teams want him. You're not going to get 20 million up front. It'll be sort of 10 million with 2 years of 5 million add-ons and things like that. But you get an overall 20 million, and that's the way I look at it is if you were to sell Lo Celso and you were to sell Højbjerg, and let's say you got 45 to 50 million pounds, do you go then sort out the midfield with a new player who's going to be starting week in, week out? Do you go, actually, we still need that top centre-half. That's going to sort the centre-half. I'm a bit weird like that. I try and make deals that you're selling become appropriate deals that you want to make, regardless of the money that's in the bank account that you would be willing to spend. But I think we'll have to wait and see on Lo Celso, because I think if he was to go, I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. I think it'll be well within August, late into August, because I think Ange probably wants to give him all the time in the world he can before he takes the final decision on him. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that, because I don't think that's a situation that's going to go away. Obviously, just a bit of an update on the Harry Kane situation. Obviously, we know Bayern Munich are the main guys in there. PSG is sort of lurking in the shadows. Obviously, we were supposed to have a meeting. Well, I say we as a general royal we when it comes to Tottenham. Levy was supposed to have a meeting with the Bayern chiefs on the Friday that's just been, and cancelled it. And I think you could see across Twitter a lot of tiered sources say this is with Levy's power play. He wants to control negotiations. Well, if you want to control them, you start making demands and say, actually, I can't do that day. We'll have to arrange it next week. But you cancel at the last minute to make it difficult. This came from Rob Draper, and it said that Bayern Munich are likely to offer around 75 million for Harry Kane, and even that would be with caveats and clauses, only payable if Kane delivers on all fronts, winning the Champions League, Bundesliga, and an individual awards. Well, that's going to get rejected. As simple as that. That's going to get rejected. You're saying that Harry Kane is worth the exact same as Højlund. Now, Højlund, very much younger, has more years left on his deal, fine. But you're talking about a world-class striker being worth 75 million. And that's, by the way, that's 75 million in total with all the payable instalments and bonuses possible. So we're probably talking about 65, maybe 60 million. It's not going to work. He's not going. We rejected 150 million not long ago for him. So we're not going to take 65 and go, oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Bayern Munich. You saved us there. It's 100 million. That is the deal. You know, Bayern Munich, I know, maybe bully and control the Bundesliga, but you're dealing with a team that, hey, we can spend money. There's money in the bank account. We're the 9th richest club in the world in terms of revenue and things like that. We've got the second most money sitting in the bank account in the world. So we don't need, 65 to 75 million isn't a lot of money to us in theory. But when we're saying we want 100 million and you're offering 75 million, 25 million is a lot of money, and you're not even in the ballpark. And I've always said, if you're not in the ballpark, negotiations aren't going anywhere. And I can really see this thing dragging on and on and on. And it's not fair on the squad. It's not fair on Postecoglou. It's not fair on us as fans. But at the same time, Bayern are trying to play this game of bullying, and Spurs, and we're not going to bite. And maybe they do it and it works in Germany, because German clubs are very reliant on Bayern Munich's financial prowess within that league and within that stratosphere of world football. When they bring a player in, they use them up, they think, I've got nothing left for you now. Oh, there you go, there's Dortmund, or there's Frankfurt and Leverkusen and so forth. It's not the same when it's a Premier League club. You know, your money is really irrelevant when you talk about the money that we make and revenue and things like that. So, the fact that some publications say this deal is nearly done, it's not nearly done. Ignore those publications, all right? Try not to think about it. But guys, that's the end of the video. We'll try and have another one out a little bit later on. There's a new video coming out talking about a potential new, I'm talking about new, not the Qataris, nothing like that, new ownership. Quite exciting, quite a well-known person. You definitely know him. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll also have some more transfer news as well, hopefully, as the day goes by. Lads, enjoy the Sunday afternoon. If you're going out for a roast dinner, enjoy it. Okay, definitely go for beef. That's my 2 cents on that. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Hit me in the comment section below. Lo Celso, 20 million. Would you cash in? Would you keep him? Would you say, look, we're going to need a little bit more than that? Obviously, let me know about the Harry Kane thoughts and feelings about, would you say 65 to 75 million is enough? Or do you think it should be more? Let me know. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit the bell notification for more. But guys, that's the end of the video, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, lads.